All right, everybody, it's your girl Charlene Effects back with another banger. UJ, I have not traded this pair in, sheesh, oh my god, years. And even when I did trade it, it wasn't a lot. It wasn't for very long. Just never really gravitated towards this pair, but a lot of you guys trade it, so I've been asked to backtest it and give you guys a little bit of insight on how to look at it, how to trade it, and what to look for. So we're gonna look for the same stuff that we always look for, right? We're gonna look for candle closures. We're gonna look for confirmations, confluences, all the things that we need to be able to take a trade and to be profitable. And as always, we're gonna keep score of our wins and our losses so that we can keep track of how we're doing. So here I'm going to put wins to the top here and L's. All right, and we're gonna stick to the higher time frame today. So we're probably gonna stay either on the 1 hour or the 4 hour. You know what? Let's make it interesting. And to start out, we'll start out on the 4 hour. And let's see here. So let's make it fair. Let me go. Gotta keep it in 2023. It's 2022. So let's go to a bar replay here. We're gonna pick a spot here. I always do March. Let's go to April. There we go. April. Boom. All right, perfect. All right, here we go. We're gonna backtest UJ. Good old UJ. All right, so I don't know too much about this pair anymore. It looks like a clean pair. Looks pretty clean. I like the structure that I'm seeing here. Looks like we were in a bearish trend here. We found a level of support down here and price broke structure to the upside, and now we're holding a support right around here. Don't really see the sells coming back into play here. However, we got to keep both scenarios in mind. Oh yeah, and before we get deeper into this backtesting session, be sure guys to enter into the 10K giveaway that I'm doing currently with my broker HANKOTRADE. The link that you need to use is in the description box of this video. Just go ahead and click it, open up a live account, ECN 500 to 1 leverage, and use as much discipline as you can and try to run that baby up as much as possible. Get the question all the time, can you withdraw, can you whatever? Yeah, you can do whatever you like. The winners will be selected when I start back on my live trade sessions starting back soon. So be sure to join that so that you can be entered. And if you already have an account with that link, you are automatically entered into the giveaway. So good luck to all of you that have entered, and let's see what we can do. All right, and if anything, you can always use these backtesting videos to help you be a better trader. That's what this is all about. Okay, so UJ was in a bearish trend, and we broke structure right around this area here, right around this lower high. We broke, and now we're creating higher lows. So price is sitting above this support here, and we're kind of ping-ponging inside this zone here. So the bias now should technically be for the buys to continue up, but not sure if that's going to happen. So for the buys here, we have a resistance right at this wick high here. We have another high here and another one here. So we can expect reaction at these price areas if the market goes bullish. Now, if it goes bearish, I wouldn't be looking for this. This was just a break of structure. I'd be looking for price to come back to retest these previous lows here. Okay. If you're a scalper, guys, you should know that you should be looking at the market from both aspects, from both points of view, to give yourself an opportunity to catch a setup in either direction. All right, so let's go down to the 1 hour. Actually, yeah, let's go to the 1 hour just to give a little bit more clarity on what's happening. The 4 hours kind of super high time frame to catch setups in. So let's see what the 1 hour is giving. So right now we have a support, a resistance turn support right around this area here. All right, perfect. Price created support here, and we pushed up with this bullish engulfing, and price is sitting currently here now. So we have already retested these highs here. So I would like to see a candle close above this area. Maybe even above this high here. Yeah, right around there, to take price back up to these previous highs, which would give us about 68 pips. Why is that so light? Just a little bit darker. Super light. Sorry guys, I'm a little OCD. This kind of thing. Okay. So for price to continue bullish here, I'd like to see a candle closure above that area, and my stop loss would be, you know, right around this area, right below this area of support here. Now for the sells, I'd prefer to see a closure below that area. So you want to put your stop loss, guys, in an area that invalidates the trade. So here, for the buys to continue up, over here, if the market was selling off and you were in a buy, the sells would be invalid above these highs. So that's why my stop loss is above here for the sells. And for the buys, if price was to come below here, it would be invalid as well. Now, can price come down and do something like this, where we kind of come down and kind of play around a little bit and then come back up? Yes, that's possible as well, but then that's up to you to know when to cut your trade and not, you know, take a bigger loss than necessary. All right, so right now the trend is bullish. Right now the trend is overall bullish. We failed to create new highs up here. We did push way below these lows here. So no telling which way the market is going to go in this scenario here. But either way, if you know what to look for in terms of confirmations, you should be A-okay. All right, so right now, no trade. We're just waiting to see if we get a candle close above to take a buy, candle close below to take a sell. All right, no trade. And did we? Nope, we tapped it, didn't close. And yes, finally got a close, barely, just barely got a candle close, but we're committed. Price is pushing down. There's a candle close. Stop loss is above these previous highs. Now I'm anticipating for price to come down. So this is going to be our first trade. Push back. Oops, push back up. Hit the wrong button. And ooh, stop loss hit. Stop loss hit. So we came down and price pushed back up right back into our stop here, but it wicked. It didn't close above here, but it just wicked. Either way, it was still hit. So we're gonna keep it fair, and we're gonna have one loss so far. All right, still kept the same confirmation. Look for the candle close below this area and push. Now, like I said earlier, could the market come down, wiggle, you know, come down, test here, and then turn around and go back bullish? Yes, it can. In a scenario like that, you want to give your trade a second chance, because obviously, like I said, the trend was overall bullish. So, you know, we're looking for the continuation of the buys, but we just don't know when they're going to take off. But either way, we're looking for both scenarios. All right, so we lost this first trade. Let's see if maybe the buys will play out. If we get a closure above this high, then we're looking to take the buys, and maybe we can recoup that loss. Is this candle close? No, it wicks out. And I think that one closes. Yes, boom. So same confirmation. We got ourselves a closure above this high here. So guess what? We're committed. We're committed to the trade, and let's see if we can get us a win. Oops. Wow, all the way down. This pair is not showing us love right now. So that's going to be 2 losses. Let's see here, 2. All right, boom. So let's see what's happening here. Let's take this off and take this off. So price pushed up, went bullish, pushed all the way back down, barely retesting these lows, pushed up again, and it looks like it's just ranging in between this area. It does look like it wants to go bullish though. A lot of wicking out. I'm not liking what I'm seeing with all the wicks, but it does look like it wants to go bullish. Either way, I'm going to adjust my zones here because of what the market is doing. You kind of have to, you always have to move with what the market is doing. Okay, so even though the market, I want to look for buys for price to continue bullish. I don't know if that's going to happen. I can see we have a resistance here and a support here. Okay, so I'm gonna delete this here. I'm gonna zoom in a little, see what's going on. Okay, so it looks like we just created another range. So we're not moving up, we're not really moving down. We're just kind of moving sideways right now. So guess what? I'm gonna wait for price to break above here to take a buy. I'm not too confident about the sells. The sells range is very small. Even if we got a closure here, I mean, this support is here. So if price does push down for the sells, I wouldn't take any sells down here. It's too close. I wouldn't want to take sells unless price broke below here, in which case I'd be looking to take profit right around this area here. All right, so I'm not looking for the sells right now. If price breaks, no sells. I'm only looking for price to break above for the buys. So long position, and the reason why that is because overall market is bullish. Okay, that's all I care about right now. No trade. All right, boom. So the sells ended up playing out. I didn't take these sells, but these sells ended up playing out here. I should have put a short position here. Either way, guys, I wouldn't have ventured here because I would have wanted to wait for a candle to close. This candle closed way below here, so I wouldn't have taken that trade anyway. What I'd like to do is to wait for some sort of a pullback. Once the market pulls back, then I'd be looking to take the sell continuation. Waiting on a pullback. Yeah, it went right to TP. Came right straight down to TP. And that's why, guys, I say to look for a trade from both directions. Right now, I was only looking for the buys because the market was overall bullish and the sells ended up playing out. Where if I was looking for the sells, I would have been able to potentially catch this setup. But because I didn't plan for both, guess what? I didn't catch it. So I want to see a pullback happen here. I don't know when that's going to happen. So let me put my zone here, because if I see a break above this high, that's when I'd be looking to take a buy position above this area here. Let me remove this. Okay, and price is broken below this area here. So we do have a candle closure below there. So that would be perfect for a sell down to the next support. Okay, we pushed down, pushed up. So let's see. Once again, created a little range here, and now it's trying to push down. It's respecting the highs and it's trying to come down. Let's see if it can finally hit TP. Let's move this over. Are we gonna hit? We almost hit right there. And then it pulled back on us again. So let's see if we can get it to hit TP or stop loss. Pull this over. It's about to hit stop loss. It looks like it already did. All right, stop loss was hit again. Barely, just barely hit TP. Did not come all the way down. So that's gonna be an L. I tell you what, guys, I don't miss this pair at all. I don't miss it at all. Okay. Almost came down, didn't, pushed all the way back up. So that one is done. We're gonna move this all the way over here. Same for this. If we get a candle closure above here, then we can look for the buys to potentially continue bullish. But we're gonna plan for the sells as well. If I get a close below this low here, then we can take sells down to this support. And guys, this is as simple as I trade. I don't really complicate it much with a lot of stuff. I look at price action, market structure. I wait for my candle closures at certain zoning areas, and that is all that I look for. I don't care to look for anything else. Keeping trading simple has made me very profitable. So that's pretty much it. It works. This strategy, I like to say, or this technique, price action, works on just about everything if you know what to look for. Okay. All right, let's move this along here. Candle closures are everything. Everything, and so is patience. So is patience. Okay, so we never close below this low to look for a buy. We finally closed above for the sells. So let me move this over here. Close close above. Maybe we can get a pullback and then another push to the upside. All right, pullback there, boom, perfect. Now let's see if we can get a TP to get hit here. All right, perfect. Finally a win. Finally a win, guys. All right, so we've pushed above. We closed above this area here. We got a bit of a pullback and then another pullback, and then finally price hit our TP area there. All right, so we finally got ourselves a win on the board. All right, perfect. So let's delete everything. Let's remove everything and start fresh to see. Because the market was bearish, went bullish, pushed down again, and now we're pushing up. So the structure ain't the cleanest, I want to say. It looked cleaner on the 4 hour, but the 1 hour is a little bit more noise. So it's not as clean because you see here we were pushing up. A lot of wicking, not so clean. Support here, pushing up, and then now we're forming another level of support right here, and then a push to the upside up here. So we do have some resistance highs here that could be tested, could not, we'll see. But for now we got to go with the buys because the market is currently bullish. So what I'd like to see is some sort of a pullback here, and if we get a nice little pullback, a support to be formed, a break, and then the continuation for the buys. Beautiful. All right, we got ourselves a pullback here. I'd like to see price respect this area. If we can push back above this area here, I could see us taking the buys either here or back above these highs here. Now, that's if we can get a break back out of this zone here to give us the buys to continue bullish, to continue market structure. If I draw my market structure arrows here, you guys know I love to draw market structure. That's typically what we want to look for. Now, if price breaks below this support here, then I'd be comfortable looking for sells, only because we would have a break of structure. However, I'd like to see a retest before we continue down with the sells. Something like this. We have this support here. We could break it. We may or may not. I don't know. Let me see here. A support there. And another support right around here. All right. Perfect. So, if we get a candle closure back above this black line here, buys. If not, sells. Beautiful. There's our buys. Let's see if we can hit full TP. Beautiful. TP beautifully hit. So what were we looking for? We were looking for the buys to continue. Excellent structure to the upside like this. Beautiful. High, low, high, low, high. Price was sitting up here, gave us a nice little pullback. We waited on the pullback to be finished, waited for the candle to push back out of this area, close above this high, and take the buys on up. So that was a nice win. Oh, I accidentally deleted the wins and the losses. So I think it was 3. What was it? 3. Now it's 2 wins. 2 wins, and I think it was 3 losses. 3 losses. Yeah. Let me lock this. All right, perfect. All right, so that's that trade. Let's remove some of this stuff off here. Keep it simple, guys. Always, always, always keep it simple. You can never go wrong with trading, keeping things as simple as possible and being patient with your setups and what you're waiting for. Win or lose, look for the same stuff. What I look for doesn't change whether I win a trade or lose a trade, because if you don't stick with what's in your trading plan, guys, you're going to be all over the place. You're never going to find any real consistency because you don't know what you're looking for depending on what setup that you're presented with. Okay, you should always be looking for the same stuff. Every setup isn't always the same. However, your trading plan doesn't deviate. If you're losing a lot from your trading plan, then obviously you need to study more, you need to backtest more, try to understand what it is you're doing wrong and get better with it, and maybe shift what you're doing or adjust what your trading style. But if you're finding that you're winning more and the losses, you're going to have some losses here and there, but if you're finding that you're not looking for the same stuff and you're kind of all over the place, then that's gonna hinder you from finding consistency. Okay, guys, so don't let losses get to you. Don't let them make you think you're a bad trader. Let it mess with your psychology. Don't, because losses happen. Everybody experiences losses off and on the charts. Okay, as long as you know what you're doing, you're confident, you're gonna be fine. Okay, all right. So nice big bullish move to the upside here. It looks like this might continue up here and might even tap into this. This looks very, very strong. 8 o'clock in the morning, New York session. This looks like it could continue, but either way, you wouldn't want to take a buy here if you missed out on your entries down here. You typically want to wait because you don't want to, jump in on a train that's already taken off. Okay. Okay, boom. So yeah, we did end up coming up and tapping into these highs here, which is perfect. Now that we've hit that area, expect some sort of reaction. Expect something to happen here because this was the last time that price hit this area before it plummeted. Okay, so the fact that it hit it again says a lot. And it broke with a nice big bullish 1 hour candle that just blew right on through. So guess what? A new high was formed here. A low has to be formed. A low has to be formed. Once we get that confirmation, typically I'd like to wait for price to break below that high and then look for sells to maybe continue down. Do you really want to be taking sells in a bullish market? No, because trend is your friend. However, we're taking what we can get at this point in time now. We're scalping. All right, so let's see what the next candle gives us. All right, we're tiptoeing around this line here. If we get a closure below that line, I'm going to look for shorts. My stop loss is there. Risk to reward is very good on that. This could be TP1, and then maybe we even come down and retest these lows here as well. So let's see what the market gives us if we get a closure below this area. Get it close. Nope, it wicked. Next candle, we're tiptoeing. And we close. We close, very weak close, but we close, and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Don't expect much to happen here. Low volume. That's why these candles are so little. It's a low volume. So would like to see what happens when more volume comes in the market. So let's move this along. Let's see. So we came down to TP1, never came down to TP2. Okay, so 3 wins. Let's see. I don't know what, my computer is freezing right now. There we go. Okay, TP1, TP2 was never hit, no big deal. But we're still dancing around these highs right around here. It is London, New York session on a Wednesday. I would like to see a little bit more volume in here for what's happening here, but not too much. But something is coming. Something is coming. Either we found support, we've created some new highs here. I'm going to remove this line for now because we have new structure on a new day. So this low here is where I'd like to see us get a bearish closure for the sells, and for the buys, I'd feel more comfortable taking buys above this area because we have, even though we have price pushing up here, anytime you see candles testing certain highs, especially on higher time frames, you always want to keep that in mind. Okay, you never just want to take a random buy or sell and say, oh, we're still creating higher highs, so we're still trending bullish. We very well may be, but every time you see we keep testing and we're leaving long wick rejections and prices closing below or above a certain area, keep that in mind because it looks like it's still trending, but in reality, it is just ranging and moving sideways. So you always want to keep that in mind. All right. So right now, no trade inside this area. I'd like to see us break out either up for a buy or break down for a sell. Oof. Must be news. Obviously, some sort of news. But do you see why I said I did not want to take a setup inside this box here? Because it is just trending, not ranging. Nothing going on in here for us to take. Typically, you want to wait for price to break out of this area to give you an idea for where you think price is going to go. This would have been a nice little win, but this was obviously some sort of news. So obviously, that's going to, get canceled out. Okay, so let's move this along here. Price came down to this TP low and it's rejecting above. Looks like it might continue down here. It looks like we might continue down to potentially test these lows. This one didn't close strong below this zone here. This zone that I had marked off here, it did not close strongly below it. If it would have closed more down here, then I would have said, okay, we're probably going to continue down. But the fact that we wicked out and we closed kind of weak here doesn't leave me much in the way of sell continuation. So, and always after news, you probably want to let the market kind of balance itself out, even itself out a little bit, so you can have a good idea for what it wants to do. In any event, whenever you have a big move, you want to wait on a nice little retest. Okay, boom. So we pushed and we closed back above this high here. So if price closes above, I'd say here, you could look for the buy continuations, but we're so very close to this area here. I don't really care much to take that buy because we're so close to this area. But I do think if we close above here, price is going to continue up. But if it doesn't and we close below, even if we get a candle close below these previous lows, then I think we're going to continue bearish. Short positions here, stops above these highs, take profit down here, and then the buys will be something like this. Something like that. And we'll make this the last trade. This will be the tiebreaker here. Tiebreaker 3 for 3. Let's see. Is that a closure? Yes, it is. It is a closure. We are committed to the buys. Ooh, did it hit stop loss? Let's see. So close to stop loss. Wait a minute. Where's my stop loss? Oh, no, it did. It did hit stop loss. It did. Losses 4. It did just by 1 pip. Hit it by 1 pip. Waited for the candle to close and did not range. We'll keep in mind that it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Volume is very low, so it's probably just ranging over here. So once we get back into either Asian session or maybe London, pre-London, we'll get some volume and then we'll see if we can get us another setup. So let's see here. Either way, guys, same confirmations. Waiting on a candle close above for the buys, candle close below for the sells. Let's move this over. And let's move this over here. Okay. All right. Did it close? No, we wicked out. Okay. Pull this across some more. Even though we lost this trade, I'm just going to keep going because I'm waiting for there to be more volume for us to come in. Based on this structure here, it looks like we're looking like the sells want to come into play. We were wicking here. We pushed up. And this pushed down, closing nice and strong below. And this one wicked down here, pushed back up. But it's looking like price wants to come down. But we might need a nice, strong bearish candle close here to give us that strong confirmation to take the sell. Or a nice big bullish confirmation for the buys. Wicked out again, wicked up. And is that a closure? Yes, it is. All right, let's see. What time is it? It is 8 o'clock, New York session. Let's see if we can continue bullish. Ooh, nope. Another loss. 5 losses, and we melted. 5 losses. Ooh. 5. Had a closure here, price resisted, and we closed. I wonder if this comes all the way down here. Yep, it does. It does come all the way down to hit final TP, and it did. But that was overall a loss because we waited for the candle to close above. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a bad loss because there was a resistance that was here. This resistance where our entry was, probably should have moved our entry up a little bit higher because of this kind of fake out that we first lost on. Price pushed up again, and we kept rejecting this area, but I gotta stick with my confirmations. I don't change it. Unless I see something drastic that tells me to look for something different, I'm gonna keep to my confirmations. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. I have no issue taking wins or losses because it's part of trading. Sucks that you're in a trade that you could have won because I obviously we had the sell bias here for our break below this area here, but it did not. We were in the buys. We were in the buys. Price was sitting above this area here. For any reason, price could have easily continued bullish here. It did not. We melted all the way back down to this area here. So 5 losses, 3 wins. That's UJ. That's UJ for you around April of this year. So I don't have anything against this pair. Like I said, I traded it a long time ago. I don't really care much for it. It's not a bad pair. It's a good beginner pair. I'll say that. But if you know what you're doing, you know what to look for, you're patient, you can do fine. You can do fine. You use your price action. You wait for your confirmations. You use proper risk management. You stick to what works for you, and you will be fine. All right, guys. So that's it. That's it for this one. The next pair I think I'm going to try is probably EU because that's a popular one too that I get asked to backtest. So I'll be dropping another video on EU. Not tonight, maybe tomorrow. It is kind of late. I'm going to knock out in a little while. But I hope you guys got a lot of knowledge out of this. Didn't quite work out for us here. 5 losses, 3 wins. But at the end of the day, we're always here to learn. And I've learned a lot more from my losses than I ever did from my wins. So hope you guys learned something. Drop a like, subscribe, drop a comment if you agree with what I'm doing. If you want to see something different, if you have questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, more than happy to accommodate you guys. Any other pairs you guys want to see me do this on, let me know. And I'm also contemplating hosting a few live backtesting sessions. So that should be fun. I'll probably do it on Zoom to where people can talk live or chat with me live, ask live questions about how it is that I look for setups, that I catch setups, all those kind of things. Anything I could do to help you guys be better on the charts, I will make myself available to you guys. So thank you guys for watching. Love you guys always. Like and subscribe. And as always, it's your favorite female trader, Charlene FX. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.